Well, it was short and it was fairly kind of neutral. To me, although I understand a lot of people, they connotate the word pig with a lot of negative things, smells like a pig, chauvinist pig, da-da-da-da-da. And actually, we all know pigs are fabulously bright, intelligent, exploited animals. I just kind of it wasn't a big thing. It wasn't because I knew I'd be able to mine it for endless puns. But I just liked it was short, 3 letters, looked great in the diamond, so I went with it for that. Nothing really more ulterior. Hi, my name is Raymond from Pig, and you are watching the Bars Artist Spotlight. So I didn't have the band in mind, it was always just me, the Pig thing. And I've been doing some other work, I was living in West Berlin, and I was doing a lot of work with lots of other musicians. I was starting KMFDM with those guys, producing a lot of bands, and it was my kind of escape. I was doing work with a lot of other people, and sometimes I'd find it a bit frustrating. So if I ploughed my own furrow, I could fuck it up, make just as much of a mess of it as I wanted to without having to justify myself to anybody. So I ploughed that furrow completely on my own for many years, and then when it started becoming a live entity, I met a guy called Steve White, who was my right-hand man for a long, long time. And then I was working with KMFDM in the 90s. He joined them, and we were doing the two things parallel. And then it became more of a sort of an ensemble. And now, since I re-engaged with Pig in the last 2 or 3 years, there's me, but I have incredible people who work with me. There's obviously Metropolis, the label, and I have Giles at Armalite, my label in London, and Gabrielle, who does all my videos and visuals, Vlad, who does all the artwork for the stuff, and we work together on this, and Jared Everson, who does a lot of stuff. There are a lot of people now, all the musicians. It was just me sort of trying to do everything. Now there's an enormous, and I basically just work with people I really like, and it's really great fun. I find it really, honestly, I find it really amazing, because it's, I'm still like, people come and they say, I've just flown from Japan to come and see me in some tiny little club in Tulsa or something. And I'm going, wow. And then you go, and I'm flying tomorrow to so-and-so to see you. I'm really quite amazed and taken aback by it. Because Pig has also been quite sort of willfully obscure for many, many years. And I stopped doing it for 12 years. Completely, and did music for I was bringing up my kids, and I was having problems, and I was writing music for fashion houses and video installations and runway shows for Alexander McQueen and the retrospectacles at the Metropolitan and Museum of Art and all this sort of shit. And so I went away for ages, and it's really, I'm like, wow, I'm really find it amazing that people bother to take the time to listen to it.
We got a social suicide that's coming tonight. Germ of genocide, you're cooking it right. I had a vision of the afterlife, but I've seen it before. With the gift from the magic man, before he took it all. Now rise up for the revelation and rise. Rise up for the revelation.
came out of rehab where I'd finally slayed a sort of an army of addictions, because literally I just thought it was all over by the shouting. I mean, it really was. It wasn't one foot in the grave, it was fucking grim. And I came out and I was incredibly delicate, and I thought, I just didn't know what to do with myself. And then an email came through to me from a chap who has a little gothy industrial festival in Calgary called Terminus. And he said, would you like to come and headline this show? Thinking that, I called up Enesh from KMFDM days and Gunter Schultz. I said, hey guys, do you want to come and do a gig with me? They went, yeah, it's a very good idea in their charming way. And then they start going, well, if you're doing one show, you better do 5. And if you're doing 5, you better do 10. And then the booking agent went, well, have you got an album to promote? And I went, no. So then I'd been doing some stuff with Mark Thwaites, who's here actually in a little while, of Peter Murphy and the Mission fame, and Zemar from Combi Christ, but it never worked out. We were firing, and so Zemar came to London. We got to make a record, and we did it in 9 days, and that became the first album. And since then, I've done Since the Return, and it worked like that. So if it hadn't been for that email from that guy, I think I might have started a dog walking company, because I really like dogs.
You and Sasha great cross
I knew someone who knew her agent, and I suggested it to her, and we just went bingo, and she was great fun to work with, really great sense of humour, great, there is something else actually that we've done together as well, which is coming down the track, which I think is unbelievable. I think she's got great delivery, has fabulous thing, going on, great sense and presence, and it's really got a great sense of humour, and was a joy to work with. So we just banged it out really quickly and went, hey, I'm getting on tour, let's knock out a vinyl, and Metropolis do the digital. It was great.
What's next?
Well, actually, I've got a whole other thing done already,
Okay.
which I'll probably release next year,
Okay.
which is kind of different again, and various other ideas that are kind of music related, but they're also related to other things as well. And might well be releasing some of the stuff I wrote for Alexander McQueen. Some instrumental stuff that we did for the final show before he died was a pig piece that was commissioned. He took a long instrumental piece for his final show called Plato's Atlantis, which was like a fabulous, all-encompassing extravaganza of a show with beautiful clothes, and he took a pig piece that was 14 minutes long called Inside from an album called Genuine American Monster, and then he wanted things added to it. So it's kind of like a remix of that Inside piece. It's an ambient piece, and we might be re-releasing that with some of the other less well-known bits that I wrote with John Gosling. I used to work with him back in the 80s in Psychic TV. So it's all a sort of doing new stuff, but with people I've worked with before. It's kind of an ongoing path. It's kind of interesting. It's great fun actually at the moment. It's a lot of shit.
100% is pig here to stay.
Well, as long as it's, I'm really enjoying writing music and doing music, and I stopped enjoying it when I was doing KMFDM and Pig and Shaft in Japan and Fine in Japan. It was quite a busy time, and it kind of burnt me out, and I actually stopped enjoying it. And I was just not very happy. It was like, oh God, have we really got to go on tour to bloody Japan again? Oh God, have we got to go out to Kyoto? And I was just fucked off with the whole thing. And I didn't realize I could just stop doing it. It took me to actually go to the abyss before I realized I don't have to do this. I don't. If you don't like it, just stop. So I stopped. And things went on. It wasn't brilliant, but and I did some interesting things. But if I enjoy it, and I do at the moment, I'm working with great people, then I'll probably keep on doing it.